All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Reconvened Vancouver City Council meeting of Thursday, February the 27th, 2025, reconvening from February the 25th. Now, this council meeting is being convened in person and by electronic means as authorized under Part 14 of the Procedure Bylaw. City of Vancouver electronic meetings, as such, council members and the public may participate in person or by electronic means. Do we have anyone online? Repeat? Okay, great. Then I'll read this. Thank you. If a council member attending by electronic means loses connection during the voting process, team members are available to get you back online quickly while the voting process is suspended. The team members' contact information has been circulated to you. Video of council members speaking, presentations, and vote results will be projected on the live stream when available. Council members are reminded that in accordance with sections 14.13 of the procedure bylaw, members must enable their video to confirm quorum. Now, in case of an emergency where we need to evacuate the building, there are two exits beyond the glass doors and to the left. If the glass doors are obstructed for any reason, please direct your attention to the 4 doors on the side of the chambers, and you'll see some stairs. Please use them. Don't use the elevator. Might not be a good idea. And if you require accessibility assistance, please remain at your location and wait for one of our security team members to help you, to guide you to a safe location. And we also have a defibrillator. Hopefully we do not need it today, but if we do, we have access to one. Now, I do want to acknowledge that we are hosting today's council meeting on the unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh First Nations, and I do want to thank them for their generosity and their hospitality and the love and the care they show this land that we get to live and work and play on. And I think it's incumbent upon all of us to unlearn what we've learned in the past, learn the true history as to what's happened on these lands. And if we do that, we're going to build an incredibly beautiful, bright future full of love and empathy and prosperity for all of us and going well beyond 7 generations. I also want to thank our team members and acknowledge them. Everyone who chooses
Is this meeting started?
to work. Pete.
I see the mayor's mouth moving, but don't hear anything.
Boy, lucky you. Let me tell you, a lot of people wish they had your problem. Aha. Sorry. Well, we can crack a couple of jokes now and again.
Oh, that's weird.
Sorry, Councillor Fry, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Sorry, I could
awesome.
see you talking, but there was no sound.
Yeah. You missed some of the funniest jokes ever, let me tell you.
Oh, man. All right.
I do want to now have the giggles. I want to acknowledge our team members that choose to work at the City of Vancouver. We've had the honor and privilege to be working side by side with you, and I can tell you, you're absolutely amazing. And for people that are watching this stream, we're lucky we're fortunate to have people choose to be here. So thank you. Thanks for everything you do. Okay, can we please have a roll call?
Mayor Simon, the chair, Councillor Kirby-Young, Councillor Dominato, Councillor Bly.
Present.
Councillor Fry.
Present.
Councillor Montague.
Present.
Councillor Klassen. Councillor Meisner. Councillor Joe. You have quorum, Mayor Sim.
Great, thank you very much. Okay, any comments on agenda items can be sent to council using the web form on the city's website. The link to that form will be posted on X at Van City Clerk. I also want to note the City of Vancouver's long-standing commitment to equity, diversity, and inclusion, including the utmost respect for all genders. I will remind council that when addressing speakers and the city's team members, we will avoid using gendered honorifics and will instead refer to the person by first and last name, role, or title. Today we have reports number 3 and 5, 16 bylaws, notice of council member motions, new business, and inquiries and other matters. So the plan for today, council will deal with the remaining agenda items and adjourn or recess by 5 p.m. as we have a public hearing at 6 p.m. If we recess, the reconvene date is Tuesday, March the 4th, 2025 at 3 p.m. Okay, reports. R3, amendments to street vending bylaw to support Water Street pedestrian zone pilot and Granville public realm improvements. Now, before we begin this agenda item, if anyone believes that they have a conflict of interest, can they please put up their hand? No? All right. So nothing to declare? Awesome. This item does not have a presentation, and this item was held as the decision was dependent, this item was held as the decision was dependent on report number 2. And so that being said, move adoption, Councillor Kirby Young, seconded by Councillor Bly. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, why don't we put this to a vote, please?
Sorry, Mayor, can I get a vote assist in favor, please?
Absolutely. So that was Councillor Fry and Dominato. Great, and that report, that item passes unanimously. Great. That was you. Thank you for coming in. Okay, the next item on the agenda is Report 5, Housing and Homelessness Services 2025 Grants, Renter Services Grants, and update to SRO Upgrading Grant recipient. Now, before we cover this agenda item, does anyone wish to declare a conflict of interest? Okay, seeing none, this item does not have a team member presentation. So council, you have 5 minutes to ask any questions that you may have of team members. And I do not see anyone in queue. Okay. Okay, before we go there, we do have a registered speaker. And so we are now going to hear from our first speaker. And now, please note that public speakers will have 3 minutes to speak, should state whether they are in support or opposition of the recommendations, and may only speak once. I will also ask speakers if they are residents of Vancouver, if not noted on the speakers list. So our first public speaker is Laura Latondra. Is Laura here? Is Laura online? Okay, that's the end of our speakers list. Would someone like to move adoption? Councillor Kirby Young, thank you. Councillor Dominato, seconded. Thank you. Council members, is there any discussion? Councillor Montague.
Yeah, thanks, Mayor. Unfortunately, once again, because of how the grant process is structured, I feel I'm in a position where I'm kind of in this all or none position again. So I'm going to ask for clause A and C to be severed, please.
Sorry, can you repeat which clause that was again?
A and C, and they
A
can be
and
put
C
together, but
severed. We can please get that on the screen, just so we're clear, please. Thank you very much. Okay, does anybody need more time to read that? Seeing no hands up, so why don't we vote on A and C together first? If we can please go to the voting panel. Great. and that passes with Councillor Montague in opposition. So now we will vote on the remainder. So that would be B, D, and E. And F, sorry. And if we can please go back to the voting panel. Oh, we are? Oh, sorry. Just waiting for me. Great. And that passes unanimously. Okay. Great. Thank you very much. Okay. So next we are going to go to bylaws. We have 16 bylaws on the agenda for enactment. Now, before we begin the agenda item, if anyone believes that they have, thank you very much, by the way. If anyone believes that they have a conflict of interest, can they please declare it now? Seeing no one's hand up, we'll just keep going. Bylaw 2 was from the public hearing on June the 29th, 2023. Council members absent for this item at the public hearing needed to have reviewed the proceedings, including the video clip, to be eligible to vote. Councillor Bly, have you reviewed the proceedings and will you be voting on the enactment?
I have and I will.
Thank you. Councillor Montague?
I have and I will.
Great, thank you. And I have not, and I will not. Bylaw number 3 was from the public hearing on December the 14th, 2024. Council members absent for this public hearing at the, for this item at the public hearing needed to have reviewed the proceedings, including a video clip, to be eligible to vote. So I have not, so I will not be voting on it. Bylaw 5 was from the public hearing on July the 7th, 2022. Council members absent for this item at the public hearing needed to have reviewed the proceedings, including the video clip, to be eligible to vote. Councillor Klassen, have you reviewed the proceedings and will you be voting on the enactment?
Yeah, I have and I will.
Thank you. Councillor Meisner?
I have and I will.
Thank you. Councillor Montague?
I have and I will.
Thank you. Councillor Joe? Great. And I have not and I will not. Bylaw 7 was from the public hearing on October the 5th, 2021. Council members absent for this item at the public hearing needed to have reviewed the proceedings, including the video clip, to be eligible to vote. Councillor Klassen, have you reviewed the proceedings and will you be voting on the enactment?
I have and I will.
Great, thank you. Councillor Meisner? Great. Councillor Montague?
I have and I will.
Great. Councillor Joe? Thank you. I have not and I will not. Bylaw 8 was from the public hearing on May the 26th, 2020, referred to council following the standing committee on May the 27th, 2020, but due to time constraints, referred to council on June the 9th, 2020 as unfinished business. Council members absent for any of the meetings related to this public hearing item needed to have reviewed the proceedings, including the video clip, to be eligible to vote. Councillor Klassen, have you reviewed the proceedings and will you be voting on the enactment? Thank you. Councillor Meisner? Great. Councillor Montague?
I have and I will.
Thank you. Councillor Joe? Thank you very much. And I have not and I will not. Bylaw 9 was from the public hearing on May the 24th, 2022. Council members absent for this item at the public hearing needed to have reviewed the proceedings, including the video clip, to be eligible to vote. At the council meeting on February the 4th, 2025, Councillors Klassen, Meisner, Montague, and Joe advised they reviewed the proceedings and were eligible to vote. I have not, and so I will not be voting. Would someone like to move adoption? Would someone like to move the motion to adopt bylaws 1 through 16? Thank you, Councillor Dominato. Thank you, Councillor Bly, to second it. Council, is there any discussion? No? Okay, all those in favor say yay. Okay. All those opposed say nay. Great, the motion carries unanimously. The list of approved bylaws can be found on the city's website. Okay, notice of council member motions. Are there notices of council member motions for upcoming standing committee meetings? Now, a reminder to please state the title of the motion and the date of the standing committee meeting on which you intend to move the motion, and be sure to send the title and date to the standing committee, via email to the city clerk. So, Councillor Bly.
Thank you very much, Mayor. I am calling notice on two motions for the meeting of March 12th, 2025. The first is deferring the collection of development cost levies, DCLs, and related development charges to support new housing and job supply. And the second motion is titled Sailing Past Gridlock Towards Sustainable Transportation Options.
Thank you very much. Councillor Fry.
Thanks, Mayor. For March 12th, motion is titled Enhanced Tools for Standards of Property Maintenance.
Thank you very much. Okay. Anyone else before we move on? Seeing no one in the queue, we're going to move on. New business. We have one item of new business on the agenda today, and that's requests for leaves of absence. This motion has been circulated to council at the beginning of the meeting Tuesday and is available on the screen now. Oh, it will be on the screen very shortly. Okay. So we're good. Okay. Councillor. Okay. Thank you. Councillor Bly.
Thanks very much, Mayor. I'm just wondering if I can, there's an error there that the third one down, February 25th, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. It says 6 to 8, it should be 6 to 10.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else? Okay. Would someone like to move the motion? Great. Thank you, Councillor Bly. Seconded by Councillor Klassen. Council, is there any discussion? No? Okay. All those in favor say yay. All those opposed say nay. Great. The motion carries unanimously. Council, are there any other items of new business? Councillor Bly, you're still on the queue. Are you good? No. And Councillor Kirby-Young, did you have something? I saw you on the queue earlier. Great. I'm just going to add you to the queue here. Where are we here? Please go ahead.
Yeah, I have a new business motion that's been sent in to the clerk, and it's for business license hearing panel switches, as will be described on the screen. I won't read it. I'll just let it come up. Councilors should have it on their email too.
Okay. Would someone like to second? Great, Councillor Joe. Thank you. Council, is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll put it to a vote. All those in favor say yay.
Okay.
Okay. All those opposed say nay. Great. The motion carries unanimously. Last call. Are there any other items of new business? Okay. We are going to move on to inquiries and other matters. Council, are there any inquiries or other matters? And Councillor Dominato, please go ahead.
Thanks, Mayor, and through you to the city manager. As some know, the cottage hospice at Burrardview Park has been closed for a number of months now, and I know that it's changing hands with Vancouver Coastal Health taking over that space. But I'm just curious, General Manager Park Board has been good at responding and providing updates. But my hope is that perhaps we can have further coordination with Vancouver Coastal Health, because residents are asking and getting mixed messages in terms of communication from Park Board and then communication from Vancouver Coastal Health. And if there could be maybe a streamlined, coordinated response to residents who have been inquiring. Is that possible?
Yeah, thanks, Councillor. Certainly, we can follow up with Vancouver Coastal Health. It is their operation, so we'll make sure that we're conveying the correct information, and appreciate you bringing that to our attention.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks, Mayor.
Great. Thank you very much. Last call. Seeing no one in the queue. Great. Okay. May we have a motion to adjourn? Great. Councillor Klassen, seconded by Councillor Joe. All those in favor say yay. Great. All those opposed say nay. Great. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone.